What's up? Welcome to Delts and Delts and Bicep Day. We are gonna attack the side delts out the gate. So they will be the first thing we hit, and we are gonna probably just do dumbbell side raises to start out with some cable side raises. And honestly, we'll probably just do that for a total of 8 sets and move on to biceps for preacher curls and cable curls. And I probably should do forearms again, but we're gonna see how we feel after that. We have to make a pit stop for some pre-workout, so that's what we're gonna do first. My pre-workout lasts 3 weeks approximately, and that's with the advertised 30 servings per one scoop, and I do 2 scoops, which is 15 servings, but there's some days where I only have 1, or some days where I don't take it at all on those late night days. And yeah, those days where I take it at 5 p.m. I get home after the workout and I got so much energy still. It's not necessarily a bad thing unless I'm trying to go to sleep early. So the pre-workout that I buy right now is just a generic store brand pre-workout. The only thing that I like about it, there's 2 things. One is the caffeine, and the second thing is the beta-alanine. With those 2, everything else is kind of just accessory. I know I should probably invest in a better quality pre-workout to avoid those unknown variables that some companies might throw in there without telling you, because supplement facts don't disclose everything a lot of the time. But if it's an honest company that you believe in with a stamp that says third party tested, you can put your trust in that without any worry. So yeah, the food I ate right before this was it was ground beef with bread and cheese. Can you guess what that is? Yeah, if you guessed hamburger, you were correct. Or cheeseburger, you were correct. But I had 2 of them, and I measured out each patty to be a 1/4 pound, which makes that a 1/2 pound, which makes that about 50 grams of protein in the lean ground beef by itself. And each piece of bread was 110 calories, so that's 4 total. So that's, do the math, 440 calories of bread, which is about 50 grams of carbs, give or take. The piece of cheese was 100 calories with 6 grams of protein, so we're up to 56 grams of protein, 500 calories with the cheese, 540 with the cheese and the bread. There was also barbecue sauce, and to add the cheese and bread with the patties, which was about 400 calories. We could have had 1,000 calorie lunch just now. So that gives y'all an idea of what a normal lunch looks like for me. There's not much variation from the quantity I just gave y'all on a day-to-day basis. So for breakfast, I had 3 eggs and 2 pieces of toast with about 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 for each piece of toast. And that was about, if each egg has 60 calories, is it 60 calories? I think it's 60 calories each egg, maybe more. It might be like 90 calories, but let's just say 60. That's 180 plus 220 for the bread, plus another 200 for the butter. That's about, sorry, I'm doing math in my head. 220 plus 200, that's 420 plus, you get the point. We're probably close to just under 2,000 calories for the day, with all the little things added up. And yeah, so we are almost to Walmart, which is where we're gonna make the quick pit stop. So I will continue the conversation after the Josh is secured. Okay, we got the pre-workout. We're really close to the gym, so it's just gonna be a little comment on some things. For one, this is probably not gonna be a very long workout, just because of it's like an accessory day, which is okay to have. When you train as frequently as I do, sometimes a day like this is necessary because everything gets sore really fast, and my legs especially need an extra day to recover after only having 2 days to recover. Chest and back, those are the 2 days that I've had to recover my legs. With that being said, the accessory day is justified. It can be whatever you want it to be. It can be hitting more muscle groups that you think need more work, or make it a cardio day, or even just a stay-at-home day. I can't do that. Staying at home is not the worst option, just because there's a lot of things that you can probably do that will help your gym progress that you can do at home. One of them is relaxing. Another one would be eating. And if you like to stretch too, then you can stretch. I'm not the biggest fan of stretching just because I don't really have enough patience for that. And I know my style of training promotes a full range of motion, to where my body's functionality is not decreasing. If anything, it's increasing, because the more I practice moving in a full range of motion with all my body parts, the more comfortable I'm going to be moving around in space in my daily life. So there's a misconception about weight training reducing the amount of mobility you have, and that definitely is the case for those who are putting on some serious mass. I'm talking IFBB pro level mass. In my case, I'm a natural bodybuilder. Definitely doesn't mean that I can't get big, but I shouldn't be 100% immobile. So yeah, we just got to the gym, so let's move on to the first working set of side raises. So with these, I'm trying to keep my hands down at my sides, leaning forward just a tad. I'm trying to take the tension away from my traps. So here you'll be able to see that in the second set. I'll probably be good with 2 more of those. With the last set, I'll go down to 15 pounds. All right, this is gonna be the side raise with two arms at a time. And I got these spread out and low so that the cables are behind me and I'm going like this with the tension in my left arm going over here and the tension in my right arm going over here. So I did like a feeler set at first and it was like working a little bit, but we're gonna do 4 more anyways. So here we go. And we're not taking a long time to rest on these. I'm only gonna wait like a couple, maybe 30 seconds. That was pretty good. We'll keep the weight right there and try to get 10. All right, we'll do a little bit less weight for the third set. Not waiting very long, putting more emphasis on that. I'm only waiting like 30 seconds. By the time it takes me to set up the camera and start the next set, I'm ready for the next set. If that makes any sense. Okay, one more set, just like that. All right, we're gonna go crazy on this last set, as it will be the last set of side delts. And then we'll move on to biceps after this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. Perfect amount of hypertrophy right there for the lateral delts. Alright, so I've mentioned that it's important to switch up the order of your workouts so you can know how strong you are when you're doing a workout, when you're doing an exercise fresh. This will be my first time starting on preacher curls with fresh biceps, and for that reason I put a 5 on there instead of just a 10. So I got a 10 and a 5 on each side. That was the perfect weight because I did 14 and a half, and we're gonna keep it right there and try to get 12. Well, 9 and a half is still good, but I was thinking too much of myself. Alright, like I said, we're gonna keep it right there. That was before. But now I'm gonna take off the 5 and try to do at least 12 with the 10. And that'll be the third set. And then we'll do one more. I think we can stay right there for the last set. Okay. This one I'm gonna go a little bit crazy and not worry about the form too much. All right, I did a feeler set of these I've been seeing online. It's like, instead of doing the normal cable curl, you switch around and put the cable in between your legs like this to put the tension on the lengthened position instead of the shortened position. So this is the first for real set right here. 3 more, just like that. Two more, just like that. I'm only gonna drop it 10 pounds. Try to get 12. Okay, one more. Dropping the weight again. Okay, my biceps are gonna explode, so let's go check out the pump. Alright, we're gonna try a different posing spot today. And I'm thinking like right here is good, considering the light and everything. So let me see how that looks. Alright, that is a good spot, like I thought it was gonna be. So really quick, we're just gonna see how this pump is looking. And then I guess the whole emphasis of this workout was don't take too long in between each rest set, just because you don't have to. Front and double bicep. Okay. Shoulder. Hands on the hips pose. Okay, cool. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about that. The new posing spot. Not taking too long in between each set. That was like a really fast workout. And I'm happy about that because I was able to do the same weight for the most part, regardless of how long I was waiting in between each set. So that's good. It turns out you don't need to wait that long in between each set, and you can get a better pump and get done with the gym faster than you originally thought. So shoulders, pretty easy to get pumped up fairly quickly, and biceps exactly the same way. Just knock it out, 8 sets, call it good. They're gonna get activated on back day. Biceps will get activated on back day, and shoulders are gonna get activated on back day and chest day, and maybe even leg day too. Depends on what you consider activation is. So they're gonna get that frequency that you need to stimulate growth, along with these 8 extra hard-working sets. So that's what I like about the split that I'm doing right now, is that the frequency is there. The frequency and intensity is there. I would say the intensity is even more than hitting each muscle group 1 day per week, because you're only getting it hit 1 day per week, including the other days where they get hit too on accident. And you do 12 to 16 sets or whatever for that first day of the muscle. Shoulders, for example. Oh, I got shoulder day. Okay, then you do 12 to 16 sets of shoulders. The first 4 to 8 sets are going to be your best sets, and then those next 4 to 8 sets are going to be not the same. That's to say the least. They're going to be going through the motions, lackadaisical, and not as intense as they could be, because I'm doing this 2 days a week. You have to think about that. I'm doing these 8 sets that I just did for shoulders 2 days a week. So that's 16 sets of 100% of my attention. Well, you could argue my attention goes down like the second to last set and the last set. But it's not nearly as much as doing 16 sets for one muscle group. You can imagine that it would get boring after a while. I'm just trying to justify the split that I'm doing. If you find benefit in doing your split with one muscle group hit per week, then keep following that. It's working, then keep following that. That's what I was doing for a long time, probably like a year. And I'm not going to do that for the foreseeable future, just because of how much benefit I've found from doing the split that I'm doing right now, which is essentially a modified push-pull legs. It's push with triceps 1 day of the week, and then push with shoulders another day of the week, and then pull with biceps 1 day of the week, and then pull with shoulders another day of the week. And then legs can be with biceps, triceps, or shoulders, depending on how I'm feeling. So there's a lot of intuition involved, which is what I like about it, because this way I'm hitting my weaknesses the most frequently with the most intensity, and I'm getting more frequency on every muscle group, not only just my weaknesses. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm going to be doing this split for the foreseeable future. And I wanted to kind of mention that my meals have been appropriate for lean bulk / maintenance, not even close to calling it a real bulk or turbo bulk or whatever you want to call it. Dirty bulk, no. So I'm eating some healthy fats, like butter and oil, stuff like that, red meat. I'm also eating all kinds of carbs, rice, bread, pasta, even some high glycemic carbs like candy and sweets. And I'm mainly keeping my protein where it needs to be, about 150 to 180 per day. And yeah, just trying to eat 3 to 4 times a day. And I say 3 to 4 times a day like it's normal, but in a bodybuilding context, that's not normal. In a bodybuilding context, you need to eat 5 to 6 times a day for the most benefit. Or that's what we were told. There's new research that has been brought to my attention through various credible sources that shows each meal can be fully absorbed and used to its full benefit, regardless of how the macros, like how big the macros are. So that means people are eating 5 to 6 times a day, so they can have 30 grams of protein, give or take, per meal, and have it absorbed and put to good use. It makes perfect sense, but the research shows there's no upper limit to how much protein can be absorbed and utilized in one sitting. So you can have 50 to 100 grams of protein. That's a big window, and it'll all be utilized for protein synthesis or muscle protein synthesis. So don't get caught up in having 5 to 6 meals a day, because you don't need that many meals per day. You can split your meals if you want and call it 5 to 6 meals a day, like split breakfast, lunch, and dinner into 2 separate meals and make it 6 meals a day. That's what I was doing on my last diet, but there's no need for me to do that anymore. I think for my next diet, I'm going to eat 3 times a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, with no snacks, and feel satiated after each meal, and still lose weight or still burn fat just because I'm in a caloric deficit. There's no reason why that would work. There's no reason why that would not work. So that's where I'm at right now in terms of diet. I'm trying to keep you guys updated with all of the things that are going into my training and meals and recovery, so I can hold myself accountable, and maybe you guys can hold me accountable too, in order to achieve my goals, to make sure I'm doing everything that a professional would do, and that I'm not leaving anything on the table. So if I'm doing a quick scan on what my behaviors look like today, they are pretty in line with my goals, and I don't really think I need to change anything besides being consistent and not letting anything get in my way, and don't be distracted, and don't get tired of the everyday repetitiveness. So that was what I could find right now for me. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. And then, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for leg day. Here we go.